Alright. Hello, everybody! Ladies, gents, and non-binary friends. You know the drill at this point. This is more Super Mario Maker 2. Which, we're going to do something a small bit different today. Oop, hold on. Turn that down real quick. We are going to... well, that's cool. Sure. Let's look at the comments I got for the level I uploaded yesterday. Only one clear. That's surprising to me. I really didn't think that was going to be that difficult. Jagu. That's a friend of mine. I take no offense at that. Anyway. We're going to do something slightly different today. We're going to go to the Hot Courses tab and just kind of see what we can see. I don't really want to do multiplayer versus or audio Mario, so let's refresh. Auto Mario, not audio Mario. Traverse the Sky? Sure, let's do a remake of Super Mario Brothers 1-3. Is that literally, like, is there some kind of twist? Or is that just actually all this is? I would not be too shocked if that was just actually all this was. It's been many a long year since I played the original Super Mario Brothers, but this does square with my memories of what the third level was like. Although usually, me being a child who thought she was more clever than she actually was, I would always take the level skip on the second level and end up dying on, I think that teleported you to like World 1, like 4-1 or something. I don't know if I ever actually beat the original Super Mario Brothers. I should do that one day. If I can find, like... I'd rather do that on the original hardware. It's one of those games that's kind of finicky on emulation. Yep, this is just... Well, you know what? It's a pleasant way to kick things off. The fact that this only has a 1/3, or actually I think close to like 1/4 clear rate is really funny. I'll hit it with the like. Oh, where's my phone? I need to have a timer. The actual time on here is a lie, but that's fine. I might sound a little far away. That's because I am. Whoop. That's my bim bam. Alright. Yes. Now I've got my timer, and we can go on to the next thing we're going to do, which is just more hot courses. House of Tricks. I like standard and themed. I have a bias toward these kind of levels. Oh wait, no, this is just... I don't want to do 2 remakes in a row. So let's do a puzzle solving level. House of Tricks by Wade with an exclamation point. What was that a drawing of? Are these notes guiding me like scrawlings in Dark Souls? Okay, well that's not... I appreciate that it doesn't just kill you if you get it wrong. That's what most of these do, because haha. I, the level creator, know more information than you, the level player. Anyway, I got something very important I want to get off my chest. I drank Royal Crown Cola for the first time today. And I gotta be honest with you. Maybe it's just because I'm a filthy transplant from the East Coast, but I kind of didn't like it very much. I thought it sort of tasted like cough syrup, which I realize is sort of a lazy criticism for soda, but it does. So that's my big complaint for today, was that Royal Crown Cola was not what I had expected it to be. Oh, did we just win? I think we did. Yeah, okay, that was nice. I'm not gonna like that one. It was a little too easy, I think. But it was fine. I wouldn't be happy, like, I wouldn't be upset to see that come up in Endless, for instance. Super Mario World 314. A lot of remakes on the queue today. What's this? Skyfall Manor. Got like a little bit of a little bit of interesting like mini lore going on in the description. Also, I like Nextron as a name. Sounds like a transformer who turns into a pager. I like it. Let's get a go. Also, it uses Super Mario Super Mario World, which is one of my favorite tile sets. I like the older ones. I have nothing against the newer, like 3.5D Super Mario games, but they kind of go for like a, I don't know how to put it, like almost like a plasticky kind of look that I'm not super crazy about. It's just personal preference. Like, I think the actual 3D games look much better. I don't know why it just doesn't quite work as well in 2.5D, at least not for me. There's some coins here. Hey, Toadette. There we go. Alright. I gotta be honest, today I was able to turn the Elgato on and have it just record fine right away. The thing's finicky, but you know, as long as it lets me record stuff, I'm going to. The only way this series will end anytime soon is if something happens to either the Elgato or the Switch. Which, you know, the Elgato effing up I could live with. But hopefully nothing happens to the Switch. I don't know why I'm saying that. Why would anything happen to the Switch? I feel like I've jinxed it now somehow, but I think I only think that because my family had a long history of consoles just going kaput on us. Sometimes for more explicable reasons than others. When he was very young, my youngest brother, Justin, destroyed our Wii by shoving a bunch of quarters into the disc slot. Like, literally, because we had like one of those change jars, which I think is a thing many middle-class families, which we were at the time, have. And he emptied out the whole dang thing. I don't know how he got a hold of it. And just, ooh, what the hell is this? I don't think we actually have to fight these. Wait, no, we totally do. Oh, no. Oh, it's actually super easy, okay. But, I don't know how he got a hold of it, but he poured out basically the whole thing and shoved them all into the Wii. We got the quarters back, not so much the console. Ooh, okay, okay. It turned it into a bit of like a slow-paced shmup. I'm alright with that. I do at some point want to do a level where I like show off stuff that is like curated. I think that would be really interesting. And hey, that's the finish line. I'm gonna try to get this tape top. Now it's not gonna quite line up, but that's okay. It's alright, it's okay. The mansion moves in mysterious ways. That was fun. You feeling alright, Super Mario? Interesting. Check something real quick here. Alright, well the game sound is cut out. That's never good. What's going on? No, it's still recording fine. I think the Switch is hanging up. It's hanging. That's never good. Oh, it's actually just the game. Alright, well, you know what? We'll just close the software and start over. That's very peculiar. You see, I said I jinxed it. Alright, and go back in here. Just make sure that all this is still working. I'll see why it wouldn't be, because I think that was a failure of the console, not the game itself. Nope, it is no longer recording game audio. Well, that just sucks. Huh. Oh no, there it goes. Okay, we're good. Apologies for the, you know, mid-video tech support here, but that was just very strange. Maxitron, I think your level is cursed. But that's alright. Is it still in my recently played course? Because I would like to hit that with a like. We do have a physical copy of this game, by the way. It's possible something's wrong with the cartridge, which would suck. But I think the more likely explanation is that it's just a fluke that happens every once in a while. With, you know, any console that's not, like, new out of the box. Could not get uploaded courses. What? Huh. This is very curious. Go to Course World? Alright, well, I guess this is going to be a very short video of Super Mario Maker. If I can fix whatever this problem is, I will upload like a second half-length video on the same day as this one, and it'll be fine. We'll still get the same amount of content. But that's very strange. I wonder if like the servers are down or something, because it doesn't seem to be a problem with our Wi-Fi. Actually, you know what? No, I know what we can do. Improvise, adapt, overcome. And just do some of the official courses instead. I haven't done any of the story mode stuff on camera because, like, largely I don't think it's super interesting to most people, but, you know, why not? Ruler of the skies. Also, the course descriptions are all like little Easter eggs and references to variously Mario games themselves or like other Nintendo properties. There's like a couple that are the makers listed as Agent 1, which is the player character from Splatoon, I think. Or one of the Squid Sisters, I forget. I'm not up on my Splatoon lore. Okay. Like, honestly, the courses themselves are largely pretty good, although there's a couple that I don't quite understand. You might have noticed I did not complete No Jumping Allowed, or the Buzzy Beetles one that I don't remember the full title of, and that is because I don't entirely understand how you're supposed to clear them. This one, though, is pretty straightforward. We got like a nice theme level here. Sadly, you cannot hit the official courses with a like. Also, gathering coins actually matters in this mode, because there's like a what the hell do they call it? A macro game about rebuilding a castle that got blown up. But we're not going to do any of that stuff. We'll just treat you guys to the actual courses. And then we'll end the video in about 15 minutes or so. At least this way you guys will get a full-length episode. My assumption, because our Wi-Fi seems to be working fine, my assumption is that the servers are down or something like that. But, you know, Mario's Mario. He's dug a new burrow and stuffed it full of donuts. Come and chow down. Course created by Aoi Hana from Danganronpa. Let's go. I think the Super Mario 3 palette might be my favorite. I might have said this already, but it's funny because I don't actually like that game very much, but I like how it looks. Okay, we need to have like actual walking space. Hold on. This is interesting. A lot of the official courses are surprisingly gimmicky. Maybe I shouldn't say surprisingly, because more than anything, they are meant to teach you how, like, these various elements work. But it's just a little interesting to me. Because, like, this is not a level you'd see in a regular Mario game. With, you know, exclusively first-party levels or anything like that, I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. This is an interesting one, though. I forgot that these things were called donut platforms, and I was wondering why on earth it was called that. But then I remembered, so it's all good. Speaking of remembering, did you remember that it's September? Because it is. Do you remember playing Mario Maker in September? Slightly too many words to fit the meter. I always get irritated when I hear people do song parodies and they don't respect the meter of the songs. I think this is what you're supposed to do here. Yeah, okay. And they end up doing that, like, thing that some rappers do where they increase the tempo of what they're saying to kind of make it half fit the meter, which in rap music is a valid tactic, but most other forms of music is kind of frowned upon. I am a fool, an idiot, a moron, a baka, a dunce. Please tell me that the exit is nearby. Okay, good. Yaha! I wish you could change who you played as in the story mode, but you cannot. You're always Mario. No Luigi, no Toad, no Toadette. No Toad kind of sounds like a thing people would say, like, to indicate that they were serious about something. You want jobs? I got jobs. What's this about? Porka Puffers? Ocean Aficionado. That's my favorite of the Oceans Etc. movies. Not a lot of people have seen that one. It's just a documentary that follows French marine biologist Jean-Jacques Cousteau. Also, if y'all have never seen the bonus short from the Finding Nemo DVD that stars Mr. Clouseau, you have not seen arguably the greatest piece of film ever created. You should look that up. It's probably on the internet somewhere, I imagine. It's a very good running gag where whenever someone says his name, an impressive trumpet fanfare plays. It's kind of like the reverse, like of what they do in Young Frankenstein with the Frau Blooper and then the brrr horse. You know what I'm talking about. Or you don't, in which case all of this probably seems deeply nonsensical to you, but that's a risk I'm always willing to take. I make challenging content. That's a lie. I make fucking Let's Plays. And lots of other things, but like, if I make challenging content, it's not easy. Please read my 800-word essay about how Symphogear is influential. Also, 800 words isn't very long, and I don't know why I chose that to be my exaggerated number. Could have said 8,000, and it would have worked fine. I've let myself down. I guess Porka Puffers are what those big Munchy fish are called. Those things, whenever I see them in, like, user-made courses, they always just seem to be designed to, catch you off guard and be an instant kill. And I kind of dislike them for that reason, but I guess if there was, like, a level where, you know, you were being chased by them or something, that would be pretty cool. You know, there are some Let's Players out there that have excellent comedic timing, intentionally or not. I'm not one of those, but I think that right there, you know, you can make the case. Let them go. Get fucked. Alright. Let's collect the gold. I do like how nice the coins look in, I think this is new Super Mario Bros. U, this particular palette. It's always a little hard for me to tell, because I'm a billion years old apparently, and all 3D games look the same to me, I guess. I don't know. There we go. That wasn't so hard. Alright, we'll do a few more levels and then we'll call it the end of the video. I do apologize because I know this is not what people watch this series for, but it is what it is, and, you know, improvise, adapt, overcome, all that good nonsense. You want jobs? I got jobs. Oh, good, switches. Alright. Hop in the Fire Koopa Clown car and hold the Y button to shoot fire and the on-off switches. Sure thing. I was raised on the Xbox, so, like, I always have to take a second to remember that the Y button is not like a... The Xbox has its buttons in different places than Nintendo does, despite using the same letters. Like, A and B and X and Y are switched around. So if you go from one to the other, it's deeply confusing to read button prompts that are like, hey, press this button, and what you think it means is to press one button, but it actually means a different one. We got, like... That was a hell of a shot, man. I can't even be mad about that. Just, like, sniped by the Hammer Brother. Why are they called Hammer Brothers anyway? There's no way they're actually all related. There's way too many of them. Unless it's like a Nurse Joy situation. Officer Jenny. Which, if it is, does that mean that Pokemon and Mario take place in the same universe? No, don't be ridiculous. That would be weird. Subscribe to my Game Theory spin-off channel. Can you... like... Okay, you know... sure. This one's harder than it seems. Because, the clown car thing has a bigger hitbox than you might think. Like, it's the entire thing is a hitbox. So you, like, bump around a lot. Like you're playing Big Bumpin' for the Xbox 360. Anybody remember those weird Burger King tie-in games? People talk about sneaking sometimes, which was like the only good one. The rest were mostly just crappy sports games from what I recall. But you know, when you're a kid, the novelty of getting a Videogum at a fast food place is such that you don't really care about that. I think the bike racing one was also decent, if my memory is not lying to me there. But Sneaking was the only one that like anybody actually played for any serious length of time. It was like a weird stealth game where you had to surprise people by giving them hamburgers. It was interesting. Let's just wait up here. Oh, okay, or that. Point being, I think they should still do that. I feel like it would be easier now than ever to do that kind of tie-in, because you can just give out digital codes. You don't have to actually, like, make the boxes and junk. But maybe I'm behind the times somehow there. Fast Snake Block Frontier. Why did I pronounce Frontier that way? In general, my commentary has been kind of stuttery, slippy all episode. I think it's because I haven't had very much caffeine today, other than that bottle of Royal Crown, which I don't know. Maybe it's just because of where I'm from. Maybe a treat tastes the same to people who moved to Pennsylvania from elsewhere. Which, by the way, if you ever have the opportunity, you should drink a treat because it's cool and tastes nice. Now, me telling you, pardon me here for a second. Sorry about that. Monstrously itchy nose all of a sudden out of nowhere. But me telling you to drink a treat doesn't mean much because, like, it's a brand, not a specific single soda. But honestly, all of their sodas are pretty good. I was always partial to the black cherry. Coins. But they were all pretty good, except for the pineapple soda. I don't quite understand. It's like a big thing in South America, I think. But a treat. I don't know if they still have it, but they had a pineapple soda for a while, and it was not very good in my humble opinion. No, we were doing so well, and it all fell apart at the last second. It starts with one day. I don't know why. I don't feel comfortable even, like, lightly poking fun at Linkin Park anymore. Which, you know, you could argue that maybe that's oversensitive of me, but... I mean, you know, they were a good band, and they had some tunes, you know. I think people ragged on them more for their, like, aesthetic, like, the aesthetic of their music than the actual content. I don't think I've ever seen many people say that Linkin Park were a bad band, but maybe I just don't hang out on, like, metalhead forums enough. Alrighty. You know, I recently, the level that I finished the other day, was also one based mostly around snake blocks, and this is making me realize that, spikes. I should have used more spikes. Although, I don't know, because the spikes, to me, they always just sort of look like... Do you know what I mean? Maybe that makes no sense. I only got most of the castle done. Is that the last 10% right there? Because that would be funny. No, okay. Yeah, there's still like some parapets and stuff that I need to build. But... Okay, we gotta rescue a toad. Rescue several toads! Alright. Yeah, you'll occasionally get these, basically story missions where it's like, before you can do anything else, you gotta rescue, some toads that got kidnapped. Why are these guys called toads anyway? Like, they're mushroom people. They've got nothing to do with frogs. I suppose technically neither do toads, given that they're different animals, but you know what I mean. I love me some escort missions. Now, thankfully, if the toads get smackaroonied, you can, they like float along in a bubble like the other players do in multiplayer, and you can just pop them out and they'll be fine. But that's like only easy if there's only one of them. I don't know how this is gonna work with friggin' 5 of them in total. Alright. Server maintenance starting. Okay, I guess that explains that. Turn this on. That's a shame, because, like, my actual, like, software was working fine for once, and of course something else has to go wrong. But maybe I'll just upload another... Nah. I'll record more tomorrow, or Wednesday. No! You horrible, horrible creatures. Alright, well, we're gonna give this one more shot. And, if they die, they die. By which I mean, if we lose again, I will still end the video regardless. I don't like to end things on a bad note, but we, like, did every other level we've played this episode perfectly fine. Why am I going here again? Oh, there's another toad here. Well, that's a good reason, I suppose. But, we need to go rescue the other ones that are over here before we can worry about going that way. This is tricky. You gotta really time it. Okay. Moves back like that. Alright, there we go. Pop the bomb. I've never thought of putting lit bombs in question mark blocks, but I suppose there's no reason why it wouldn't be a valid thing to do. Something to consider if I ever need to set up like one-way obstacles without using the actual one-way filters, because I think those look kind of tacky. Like, if you gotta use them, you gotta use them, but something I prefer to do without. Let me count here. We only have 4, right? Yeah. Where's the 5th one? Maybe we have to go further this way to find the final toad? It's the final toad down. I knew before I even said that it wouldn't work in a way that made even the slightest lick of sense, but sometimes these are the sacrifices we have to make for our art. By the way, if you think Let's Players calling themselves comedians is rich, I think artist is significantly worse. Alright, well... Cool. But we're still missing somebody, so... I was apparently wrong about what we're supposed to do here. Getting back up the staircase that was clearly designed to only be traversed one way is going to be a little bit of a pain in the end, but, you know, don't ever let anybody tell you that I don't care about my employees. There's a joke about unions in this game, by the way, which is, like, maybe the strangest thing I've ever seen in a Mario game. But I've also never played Super Mario RPG, so maybe that's not saying much. Also, I'm a fool, and the toad we were missing was just this one over here. But we've got plenty of time, and this is not a difficult obstacle to clear, so hopefully we'll be fine. Yeah, I was thinking earlier, I was going to be like, well, maybe I'll just record another story episode, but that's not what people watch this series for, and I think that's pretty understandable. But you know, this was a special case, obviously, but I'm just gonna do another recording session another day when the servers are back up and running at full capacity, and we can do more, either more like random hot courses or do another endless run. I'm probably not going to do any more expert endless because that video didn't turn out too well. Expert's a real mixed bag. You get like a lot of really good levels and then also a lot of oh, I troll you levels, and it's just not anything. Alright, well that's gonna do it for Super Mario Maker 2. If you like the video, make sure that you like the video. Links to support me and by extension the series are below the viewing window in the description of the video. You should follow me on Twitter so you know when the videos go live, although I've been trying to do them at 2 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday consistently, but it doesn't always quite work out. Yeah. If you're not subscribed, you should subscribe. There's one to think about. And that's about it. I will see you guys next time.